Hello everyone, today is May 9th, 2020. This is MJ. So we have seen so far select command in SQL with the where clause, order by clause, and some aggregation function. Now one of the viewers reached out to me saying if I could cover the group by clause. So that will be the first topic of this video, followed by join. I will skip the subquery part in the interest of time. So let me start with group by and then we'll jump in the join. So assume I have like 4 records in my table. Let's say first one is MJ1, second one is MJ2, third one is SJ, fourth one is DJ, and then you have 29, 28, 26, 25, and it is male, female, female, and female, right? So the way group by works is it can give you output of an SQL query by grouping the contents in your table. So let's say this is my table student, and this is the name column, this is the age column, and this is the gender column. So a proper use case for a group by clause will be if I can get the number of male and number of female students in my class. So it will be the distribution of male and female and their respective count. So the way group by works is it will go through all the records that you have in your table, and then it will create an intermediate output, and as the last step it will group the output as per the column that you have given in your SQL query. So let me show you how it works. So let's say my first query is just simple select count of name from student. So if I do that, if I run this SQL query, the output of this query will be 4, saying which tells me that there are 4 students in my class, but still I'm not able to figure out how many of them are male, how many of them are female. So let's say I said group by, right? So if I run query like this, select count of name from student group by gender, and if I run this query, I will get an error message saying the column gender is not part of. So there will be this error saying gender is not part of aggregation or not aggregated, something like that. So the way group by actually works is, let me fold this paper real quick. So you must pass the column on which you are going to perform group by operation. So I will say select gender, and then I will say count of gender from student group by gender. That's it. And if I hit enter, the output will be male 1, female 3. So this way I will know that there is only 1 boy in my class and 3 girls in my class. So the way this query will work is, or run is, gender will be this column, count of gender will be this column. So it will count all the entries with the gender male and female, and as a last resort it will, since you have given group by here, it will club all those male and female into each other's segregated categories, and then it will do the summation of those categories. That's what count represents. So this is how the group by clause works in SQL. Hopefully I was able to explain it properly. Now the last topic that we have in SQL is join. So for that, let us assume we have these two, and join means you can you can club or join data between two tables, two or more tables, right? Now if you want some theoretical knowledge, we have many types of joins, out of which if you talk about outer join, then you have left outer join, you have right outer join, and you have full outer join. Then you have inner join too. So basically inner join means you and then there is self join too. So inner join and self join, they coincide when it comes to their technical definition, whereas joining with self but different column. An example of this will be an employee table with supervisor ID. So so employee ID EID and supervisor ID SID. So EID is 1 and employee ID is supervisor ID is 10, but his supervisor will also have his own supervisor, right? So you see this ID is part of both EID and SID. So with the help of self join or inner join, you can find the supervisors who are themselves employee, but they are supervising other employee too. Now if I come back to outer join, left outer join means whichever table that you have on the left, it will select all the records from left table. So I'll say all records from left table. Same goes for right, it will select all the records from right table. And full means it will not skip any record from both L and R, so it will be all records from both left and right. So the question is, if it won't miss any record from left or right, then what if there is no join, there is no record which matches or which helps with the join condition? Then those records will be null. Okay, now I did not dwell too much into technical theoretical knowledge here, so I'll quickly jump on an example so that it will be easier to explain. So let's say I have my student table that I showed you just now, like this one, and if I have a results table and I want to know what's the status of result. So let's say this result table has two records, MJ1 and DJ, and MJ1 is 86, DJ1 is 95, where column 1 is name and column 2 is result. So let's say if I want to get result of all the students, I can type or I can write this join condition. I can say give me everything, so I'll just say select star from the first table is student table, student. Then since we are performing join, I will say join, and the second table is results. Then you must specify on which condition you wanna do the join, so I'll say student dot name equal to results dot name, and if you execute this, the output will be something like this: mj1, mj2, sj, dj, 29, 28, 26, 25, male, female, 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 then it will be mj1, dj1, here it will be blank, and it will be 86, and it will be 95 with other two entries blank. Now if you noticed here, it took all the records from the left hand side table and it tried joining it with all the records from the right hand side table, but it could find only these two records, so only those two records were populated and rest of the entries were left blank. So this is in a way you can call a left outer join, because all the records from left table are here and right table are also here, but there is missing, so you cannot call it like right or outer join. Now there are other ways to write this this join query. So there is one more way to write this join query, and that is to that is called alias of the table. So the way it works is you can specify which columns you are interested in. So let's say I am interested only in the name and the percentage. I don't want to know their age or whether they are male or female. So I'll say select a dot name and b dot result. I will tell you what a and b is from. I'll say student space a join results space b on a dot name equal to b dot name, and the output of it will be mj1, mj2, sj, dj, it will be 85, 94 or 96, whatever that is, 86 and 95. These two entries will be blank. I think we won't get these two records because this is just a join and not left out a join, so we'll get record 1 as mj1, record 2 as dj. So now the a and b that you are seeing here, this is more what I am more interested in. So here you see after student I have given one space and then written a. That means the table student can also be referred as a, which acts as an alias to the table student. Same goes for table results, which can be known as b for the execution of this query, so that I don't have to write the table name student and results all the time. So that's why I have replaced them with a and b. So hopefully you got what I wanted to convey. Now before ending, I'll recap what we saw in SQL. So we saw how to create a table, we saw how to insert records in a table, then we saw how to perform select operation, we saw order by, we saw where clause, we saw group by, and lastly we saw join condition. So hopefully I was able to cover almost everything for SQL that I wanted to for Hadoop prerequisite. Now from next video onwards we will actually see what Hadoop is and different components in Hadoop ecosystem. So this is where things will start getting more technical, and hopefully I'll be able to do justice to it by covering almost everything. So this is MJ signing off, and see you soon.